Welcome back to World War 1939. We are moving on to the Germans' 8th turn of the game, and we do have a fair amount of battles, but they're all small, not really big scale battles. He's using Russia. He's using the Russian infantry as blockers, preventing the Germans from utilizing their movement of all their armor and just sweeping across, taking up vacant territory. So kind of slowing down the Germans slightly. But that's okay. That's okay. So let's take a look at our purchases before we start discussing the actual turn itself. For our purchases, we do have 121 to spend. So we'll be getting 3 military bases to place down to get units easier into position. We're going to bolster up our Navy again slightly with 10 subs, 2 advanced mechs, 1 Tiger tank, an advanced infantry, 6 normal infantry, medium tank, another Pack 40, and then a Mark 5 infantry. And of course, our allies are producing for us as well. And they'll be getting 2 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 infantry, and then our free hedgehog. So for battles in the Atlantic, we do have this carrier. You need to use the fighters to go into Act 3 transports in Sea Zone 18, which is kind of fine because we were already done with those transports. We used them in the Finnish-Russian War to get fresh units into Finland. But that war is long done now, and we didn't actually need those transports anymore. So he, in order to kill him, he was 1 movement space just too shy. So he built a carrier to land his 2 aircraft. But now we're just going to kill the carrier and the aircraft. And he moved the rest of his Navy to Canada, so we don't have to worry about a counterattack. The only counter he can do is he got 3 fighters in London. But of course, that would be suicide. He wouldn't do that. That'd be nonsense. All right, and over in Russia, just 5 battles to declare. Again, they're all 1 infantry, not really big threatening. So Caucasus, Southern Kazakh, Stalingrad. So Stalingrad for us is actually worth 6. For him, it's part of an NO bonus. If he owns a city in Archangel, he gets a $6 bonus. So by us taking out Stalingrad, is actually a $12 swing in our favor. So it's a big deal. Ural and Archangel will be taking care of all that. And then down in the Middle East, he has 2 military bases in Iraq and southern Iran that he's been using the last couple turns to get fresh units into that region. So we're going to put a stop to that. Now we have bombers in Egypt. They have a range of 6, so they can easily get back to friendly territory. That's no issue. The only problem is these military bases have built-in AA guns, which I kind of wish they'd never, I understand that factories haven't built-in AA guns, but what are you going to do? So he will get an opportunity to shoot down the bombers if they survive. They are heavy bombers, so a normal, a medium bomber would get 1d6, see how much damage it would actually inflict. With the heavy bombers, they get 2 d6s. So we have the goal is to max out the damage on these military bases. So we'll be bringing in the bombers in there, and he doesn't have any fighters or anything like that. So there's no fighter interceptions. There's nothing really to protect him outside of those military bases. He does have a bomber in Iran, but that doesn't count. All right, so the 2 bombers will be going into there up in Russia. We have 2 infantry in Malvostok. They'll be going in the Archangel. A mech infantry from northern Russia will move over 1. All that. So in southern Kazakh, let's bring in these 2 mechs, the artillery, our main battle group that's in the most north, the territory just north of Stalingrad, bringing in that, which consists of 6 medium tanks, 6 infantry, heavy artillery, another mech, airborne, normal artillery. Yeah, we got nothing to worry about. He could do a counterattack, but maybe. Let's bring in that other medium tank as well from northern Russia. I don't think he will do a counterattack. He only has infantry. He has 2 heavy artillery and then 1 artillery, but in Coxus, we're bringing down a man, artillery, and a mech. And just to add to Southern Kazakh, from the territory just east or west of Stalingrad, we're going to bring in 3 more infantry, another 2 Mark IVs, and that should be good. Everything else in that territory will be going into Stalingrad, so that'll be a mech, artillery, infantry, and 2 medium tanks. All right, now to assist Ural and Archangel, because right now they only have a combat value of 4. Let's help them out a little bit. We have a bunch of bombers in Romania. We have a movement of 7. So we go Western Ukraine, Olarkursk, Moscow, Moldskak, Archangel. Should have 2 movement left to get back to Moscow. Same thing with Ural. Similar flight path. When it gets to Moscow, go to northern Russia, Ural, and it should have 2 movement left. So adding a bomber here and here, this should give us a combat value of 10 each. So we should win those. All right, and then for Caucasus, again, they may need a slight help. We're not really using our bombers for anything else, so let's bring in another bomber in the Caucasus. That will guarantee that win. And we don't need anything else in Stalingrad. We're good to go. That should be it. And then, of course, the 2 heavy bombers down here. So 1 in Iraq and 1 in Iran. All right, let's actually start running these battles. The naval conflict, sorry. So our entire navy from 17, that will go into Sea Zone 15, and we'll add the 3 subs from 18. And we don't even need to roll any dice for that battle. So the carrier can only shoot at planes. I'm not bringing any planes, so that's not even going to do anything. It's just going to soak up 2 hits of damage. And the fighters will return. They have a combat value of 12, so they'll land 1 hit, and I'll just put it towards one of my Bismarcks, which then I just repair it the next turn. So it's not actually going to cost me anything, and I have more than 4 hits worth against him. So he's going to lose his carrier and his 2 fighters. So pretty expensive exchange. Yeah, he killed 3 transports worth 21. But I just killed $37 worth of stuff. And fighters for Britain are pretty valuable because they can do the scramble ability, right? All good, all good. All right, let's start south, work our way up. Let's do those bombing raids first. So this would be for Iraq and Iran. Again, he doesn't have any fighters or anything like that, so it just should be the AA gun. So this would be for Iraq. So a 12, and then Iran. A 6. Can you see that? Yes, 6. All right, so we survived that. Now let's do our actual bombing. So in Iraq, 2d6s for the heavy bomber. Rolled a 1. So 6 for Iraq. That's how much damage we've done to the military base. And Iran will be 6. 6 each, right? Yes. All right, so that was pretty successful. And both of those bombers in the non-combat phase They're just going to land in Transjordan. Should be pretty protected there. So that's good. Good news. All right, so Archangel, we have a combat value of 6, 10. So we're going to roll 10 or less. 4, got our hit. He returns with an 8. So he loses his infantry and the territory, and we survive. Perfect. Same thing with Ural. Again, same combat value of 10 or less. Rolls a 7. He returns with a 3. So we lose 1 infantry. That's fine. We still have a mech there, so we still capture the territory. Kazakh, we obviously overkill that. He returns with a 4, so we lose a dude. It's kind of unfortunate. All right, and Caucasus, we have, what do we got here? Yeah, we got about 14 combat value. So we get our hit, and then he returns with a 3, so we lose another guy. Caucasus is now under our control. We're losing a fair amount of dudes here. And then Stalingrad, he has a combat value of 15. I have a combat value of 20 minus 5 because of the fort. So we're both at 15. I get my hit that I need. He gets 1 hit, and he gets a 3 to see if he can get a second hit. Rolls an 8. Can you see that? No, you can't. 8. All right, so I lose an infantry, he loses an infantry, and the territory. Okay. Pretty successful turn, all in all. The Germans lost 4 infantry. The Russians lost 5, and the British lost a loaded carrier. And we captured a bunch of territory. So increasing our economic base. All right. So, and of course, with our purchase, we can easily replace our losses. Okay, so now, so non-combat moves. Non-combat moves. All right. How are we going to do our non-combat moves? Okay, so way up here, we're just going to swap these around. The airborne is going to go to the Narvak. The infantry is going to cover off that most northern Russian territory. We're just switching them around. I'd rather that airborne in Finland, as it'll help us out more there because it has a better defense value. The tanks in the mech in Molovstock move down to that most northern, or the territory just north of Stalingrad. There's movement of 2, so it'll just drive through Moscow. Same thing with these 2 tanks. It'll go there as well, with the mech pulling their artillery. This bomber will go here. This other bomber will go to northern Russia. We're just using those units to prevent partisans from popping up. I don't want to deal with that. The 1 infantry in Moscow will walk down 1 territory to cover off partisans. So that's the territory just west of Stalingrad. And then for Moscow, then we got these units here. 2 mechs and an artillery from Krylia. They'll go into Moscow. That should be it. Yeah, okay. Should be it. Should be it. What else are we doing? Okay, so we have an air transport, 2 air transports actually in Romania. So we're going to fly one up to Novograd, and we're going to fly another one to Krylia. It should be good. Actually, the air transport in Krylia is going to go to Hungary. Pick that 1 infantry up. So it has a movement of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Land him in Krylia. That infantry and air transport will end its movement in Novograd. Right? So we have 2 SS infantry and 2 air transports in Novograd. All right, good to go. All the partisans are covered. We do have another bomber here in Caucasus. That can go to Moscow, I guess. It'll go back to Romania. That's fine. Do I want that bomber in Moldavskak? I hate leaving bombers undefended like that. So that SS infantry in Novograd will go to Moldavskak actually, and that other air transport that flew up there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it'll fly up with him. And then the other bomber will go to Russia. No. Can't go to Russia. That'd be suicide. Hang on. Alright, so both of the bombers, just to make it easy, we're just going to go to Russia. And then a partisan will pop up in northern Russia, which then we can easily just kill it with whatever. And not have to worry about it. And the Russians would only claim the territory if I leave it for a second turn, second partisan pop up, then he'll get 1 infantry. Not a big deal. What are we gonna do? All right. So down here, and the reason why we want to do that is because if I left both bombers in Russia, his light bomber, 1, 2, 3, 4, his light bomber can get there and kill it, and then just land in this territory. Yeah, then I would kill the light bomber, but I don't want to exchange 2 medium bombers for 1 light bomber. That doesn't make sense to me. All right? And then their defense value is significantly weaker. So I'll deal with the partisan later. For down here, the train is in Greece, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab the infantry from here. Sorry. Grab the 3 infantry in Romania. And then all the infantry in Greece will just walk over 1. The Tiger tank will move 2. Same thing with the 2 self-propelled artillery. They'll move 2. And good to go. Yeah, I got a nice little force there. Down here in Egypt, The Air Force will go into Cairo, which is in Upper Egypt. And then the tanks will go into Transjordan. So we have 4 Mark IVs, 3 medium tanks, and then the Air Force down here is 3 tacticals, 5 veteran fighters. All right, good to go. I think we are good to go. That's all the combat done and non-combat. Oh, over here in France, just a few things to do in France. So that group in Western Germany, we have a train. So we're going to take everything in Western Germany, move it down to Marseille, except for 2 infantry, which can't make it that far. So they'll stay there. The train will come down 2, drop 2 guys off, 3 guys off, and then return back to Western Germany. So that should be good. So we just brought down 2 mechs, artillery, 3 infantry, and 2 tanks. One's a medium and one's Mark V down to Marseille. In Paris, everything's good in Paris. That should all stay there. I think everything else is good there. All right, unit placement. So in Paris, we're going to put another pack 40, maybe. Should we? They're great on the fence. Not so much on attack. So we'll put that in Paris. And then an SS infantry and a medium tank will also go into Paris. All right. That should be good. Or no, we'll make him a normal infantry. That's foolish. All right, so, and then in Berlin, we're going to put 5 infantry in Berlin. So that's good. The 10 subs will go in C-Zone 17. The only thing that can actually hit it is the fighters, and fighters can't attack subs. Unless there's a destroyer, and he doesn't have any around. What else are we doing? All right, so down in this region, Bulgaria will get the infantry, or the SS infantry. Romania will get a Tiger tank and 2 SS mechs. Hungary will get the Mark V. Seko and Stettin. That's fine. That can stay there. And then our allies will produce. So Bulgaria will get an artillery. Romania will get 2 infantry. Hungary will get an infantry. And then our 3 military bases. We're going to put up in Russia. One in Moscow. One in this territory, whatever it's called. The one just west of Stalingrad. And then all our Kursk can get one. Yeah. Should be alright. Because I can't put it I can't put in like Northern Kazakh or Caucasus. We just capture them, right? So that'll allow us to get at least 3 infantry units into Russia, so we don't have to build them in Romania and then ship them over. Big pain, right? All right, economics. Let me add everything up. All right, sorry about that. And we also forgot to place our hedgehog. We'll land that in Brodor. So with our everything added up, we should have 127 to spend on next turn. So that is 72 from mainland Europe, 33 from Russia, 2 $5 bonuses in Europe, and then the 3 cities and Cairo give us $3 for each of those cities. So that should be 22. So for 127 total. All right, that is it for Germany. Moving on to the Japanese. Again, thank you for watching. Have yourself a great day.